Hello and welcome. Today we'll be walking everyone through a few simple steps that you can do in your everyday life to force yourself into a state of mindfulness. Now, before we begin, it might be best to establish first what mindfulness is. As you walk down the street or through the Pioneer Activity Center or the PSC, are you being mindful? Mindfulness isn't simply seeing. Mindfulness is observing. So today we're going to practice a few steps that you can use to force yourself to observe.
So we're going to start with C. So we're going to think of 5 things and look around for 5 things that you normally don't notice. So maybe that the light switches are green, that there's an air conditioning in the back with a white cord, that there's a chip of paint on the chalkboard, that there's a scale, that the person sitting next to you changed their hair. So take a minute and look around and think of 5 things that you don't normally see.
While it's likely that many of us have been in this classroom hundreds of times, how many of us have really ever truly looked around? That, my friends, is being mindful. Being mindful of your surroundings, the people you share them with. As we continue to observe, close your eyes now and listen. What do you hear? Perhaps it's the tick of a fan, or the clock droning on, or the hum of the projector. Either way, have you heard these things before? Try and identify 4 unique sounds that you do not typically hear on a day-to-day. As we continue to listen, draw our attention from our ears to our hands. See what we can touch. See what feels. Try and identify 3 unique fabrics, 3 things you've never felt before. These should be new to you.
Okay, and then the last 2, try to find 2 things that you can smell, whether it's something you noticed before or not. Try to find a pleasant smell or an unpleasant smell. It doesn't matter, just be mindful to what's around you. Maybe someone just worked out at the gym and they smell, or maybe it's a cleaner from the room being cleaned. And lastly, find 1 thing you can taste. Maybe you're chewing gum, or maybe you just took a sip of water. What is 1 thing that stands out to you that you can taste?
Identify it, put it into practice. Now, this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise is something that can be done in 60 seconds or less. And it's something that you can use to make yourself more mindful. It's something you can use to draw yourself out of the mundane monotony that we often go through with our heads down and hands in our pockets. Trust me, friends, there's more to life than the usual.